So, well, I mean, I guess this would be, like you said, in there, kind of be a tune-up for TBS.
Yeah, I can't believe the season's kicking off already. First game Sunday, I'm going to get a chance to do the Yankees and Rays. I do about 20 Sunday games for TBS, and then I'll do some MLB Network games. So my schedule's getting ready to be crazy. I'm just glad that I was able to work in Hattiesburg here for a Friday before the season starts, and then I just get right back into the thick of things. I mean, the way the season ended last year and the off season, all's gone pretty quick, and can't believe it's already my third year or 3 years and a half doing this broadcasting gig that I never thought I'd do.
So what's opening day like? I guess this is your third opening day since you retired, so what's opening day like for you nowadays?
I don't miss it. I had a special request, a prayerful request that the good Lord would take that desire away from me and that I wouldn't be tempted to do some of these comebacks that guys are still doing, and I don't miss it. I love calling the game. I love the game itself, but I haven't picked up a ball since I retired, and until recently I went to throw out the first pitch at our local high school game. Didn't do too well. I should have picked up a few before I did that.
Right.
How's the FCA important to you?
FCA is one of the greatest organizations in the course of my career that I've been involved with, and every opportunity I can, I really make an effort to get to an FCA event. I've been to, so many of them, and the work they do within athletes and within colleges and kids is so many gifted people that if I can bring a small, impactful message, I'm just glad to be able to do that, and this trip will be one I'll never forget, both on how I got here and certainly the events that lead up to it. But with FCA and the amount of opportunities that it has reached out to a lot of athletes, I'm a big believer that we can change not only athletics but life in general, one person at a time. And the people who donate their time and really become leaders and are leading these kids in a new generation and a tough world that exists today, I'm honored to be part of. So FCA to me is right there in line with all the things that I've been able to do and some of the great things that I've been part of.
How did FCA affect your life when you were coming up?
When I was coming up, the organization, if I remember, was really just getting going and kicking off, and just the opportunity for athletes to have a vehicle. Baseball Chapel was huge for me when I was growing up in the game, and a lot of mentored guys like Sid Bream and Jose Alvarez and Marty Clary really looked after my heart. And then the opportunity as vehicles of celebrities to bring light to a cause, which is what we all basically are billboards for. This, though, is something well beyond our years of playing baseball. FCA brings both athletes and sports with the gospel and knowing that sports can only last for so long. Life is only going to be with a uniform for so long. What is life going to be like afterwards? And just the opportunity to lead kids and lead coaches, mentors who become coaches, just that chain of events is great to watch. And I've been all over, like I said, from Augusta to all over the different areas speaking at FCA events, and it just warms my heart to know that what they're doing is so huge and so impactful for these young kids that it will leave a mark well beyond just the moment or the time that you spend with these kids.
Speaking of life after the uniform, I know it's been a couple of weeks, but since Chipper announced his retirement, I mean, what are your thoughts on that? I mean, he's kind of one of the last guys from that 95 team.
He'll be the only guy to ever retire for the Atlanta Braves. Played his entire career,
Right.
and I was an eyelash away from doing that. That's what I always desired to do. But I think for Chipper in his career, I mean, he's been through his share of injuries, and certainly lately it's been a grind. And I think he finally realized that this was the timing that he needed for him personally. He's endured a lot. He's one of the best hitters to ever come through the organization. Certainly going to be a Hall of Famer. And I think from a standpoint of relief, for me personally, I just walked away from the game. People say, well, you didn't retire. I said, yeah, I did. I just didn't show up for work the next day. And I have no problem with that. I didn't need a lot of fanfare. I didn't need the things that come along with it. And, it's just humbling to play as long as I did, and I'm sure for Chipper to play as long as he did. He's a little more spoiled than I was. He kind of got into the game his first year. We won the World Series. His first year he actually had an injury and blew out his knee.
Right.
But his first real action was 14 straight years of playoffs. I can't imagine what that's like to come into the game and have 14 straight years. Where I came into the game, we were pretty bad.
Right.
We endured the humility of 100 and some losses, and then of course the grace and unbelievable 1991 that started it all.
Do you stay in touch with Greg Maddox and Bobby Cox?
Yeah, I do. You know, as much as I can with Greg, and we just saw Greg in Vegas, played in the Michael Jordan golf tournament. He was out there. He flew in from Arizona in his new job with the Rangers. Seen Bobby down in spring training. You know, he's one of the most influential people in my life. I owe so much to him, and I'm forever indebted for what his patience, loyalty, and leadership was for me. So yeah, I get a chance as much as I can, talk to Glav as much as I can, and I'm gonna be in charge. I don't think they think we've talked about it, but I'm gonna be in charge of hopefully a reunion trip over to Scotland, play golf. We always talked about it when we were playing together, getting the guys and the pitchers that were together, and finding some time in our busy schedules to go and enjoy the fruits of overseas, which I've never been.
You giving any